Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to next match, Cross-Banlist Cup. So for the last time, back at the Group E, we already saw that Sprite won its matchup against Genecros last time. So Sprite is already, sure that it will move on to the top 16 playoffs, but, between both of these decks, this matchup is super crucial, super important. So the winner of this one will move on to the top 16 playoffs. So it's an iffy one. I feel that before this matchup that Zoodiac should have the advantage over extra deck Monarchs, but as you know, like extra deck Monarchs, it plays like differently compared to Domain. The ceiling is much higher. It has access to stuff like Maxi and Veiler, has access to Brilliant Fusion for the double normal summon, the extra normal summon, I guess. While on the other hand we have Zoodiac 2, multiple hand traps, one of the stronger cards like Ash against Monarchs, which again, as you know, a well-timed Ash could stop the deck in its tracks. So which deck has the advantage? Again, I think, extra deck, at least Zoodiac should have the advantage over extra deck Monarchs, again for the most obvious reasons, so let's see. Very crucial here is extra deck Monarchs going first. This is an okay opening hand, but not opening any tributes, but here is where the extra deck Monarch variant comes in clutch. I do get Maxi for the 1-for-1, that's fine. But again, extra deck Monarchs having the capability to use Brilliant Fusion, send Lazuli and Dark Witch. Lazuli triggers, getting back a normal, and that's your, extra normal summon for the turn. With return, that's a guaranteed tribute summon for your opponent, or during that turn. I could have searched Erebus, but I think Stormfort Aether would have been the much more important play. So that's why I didn't go other, because of Maxi, I wasn't able to pump out an Aether during the first turn, Aether. So, anyway, short set, I think this was fantastic, a fantastic opening turn. Stormfort Aether gets rid of their normal summon, which against Zoodiac is important. They need Barrage after that, and I was able to get rid of Barrage with, Twin Twister. But I think the only card that, would at least would get back, Zoodiac get back in a duel, is Instant Fusion. And the Instant Fusion was there. So now the deck is able to pump out Northern a couple of times, get those draws. But those draws aren't the best. So we see those mained My Body as a Shields against Monarchs, not the best. The Zoodiac Trap, not the best. The Takatomborg in the hand, again, one of those bricks you don't want to draw. So we'll see, right? The Ash draw is kind of big for next turn. So Trident is going to eventually pop Ram for another extra deck play. That might be Emerald or maybe Dweller, depends. Dweller is crucial against it's good against extra deck because it prevents the Pantheism Surge, but setting 3, so let's see. I do have Frost in graveyard, and from 3, I just hit the middle. I hit Solemn. That's actually a big one, since I think the two sets are the cards we just discussed, so My Body and the Zoodiac Trap, so that was again a super important snipe. So there's one interruption here and, two potential cards in hand, so I go for play these all or nothing. And in the battle phase, potentially dodging Veiler, but I think, Veiler would have been used much sooner. So use Pleiades during the battle phase, bounce back Trident. Again, I don't want to risk attacking, into Trident with Whiptail, potentially banishing the Pleiades. So okay, short set, was able to get back Aether, thanks to Erebus' graveyard effect, to potentially Stormfort Aether again my opponent during their turn, which again super crucial for Zoodiacs, not give them their normal summon. And Pleiades bouncing back the back row, and this should be my duel. What is it, 6k left? Around 6k left. And that Ados is kind of sick here. That Ados again gets me the extra monster on field to go for Erebus, and this is more than enough to attack for a game. So a far fought or a big fought first duel, but it was much needed because, Poseidon or extra deck Monarchs going second, that's very hard, especially without the side deck. Okay, so game number 2. My opening hand is, the Lazuli is kind of like a brick, but Pantheism Prime, that's fine. So let's see how this one turns out. But, Terratop is basically full combo for the deck. Terratop plus like Barrage or whatever can, what does it, pump out, draw 3, 4, 5 cards plus multiple hand traps, etc. So it's not looking too good. But yeah, who knows, let's see. So Fusion Sub is again for the standard Northern combo. I guess it depends on which extenders you're drawing. Here in this particular case, The second Broad Bull gives you another search. You know, it searches the bird you send back off of Emerald to search your second copy of Fusion Substitute, and then again on, you know, depending on which extenders you have, you can pump out a couple of rank 4 exceeds. But if you have the opportunity, you should definitely end on Dweller. Dweller for this hand is probably game. So Trident for, you know, 1 pop, that's cool. You know, potentially pop Brilliant Fusion or normal summon Eidos, stuff like that. So another Emerald hits the field. Can the deck even extend more? I think so. Because there is one red, one red beer back, was sent back to the deck. And yeah, as mentioned, like this is like ideal opening for, like no chance. There is like no deck that can win this one probably, if it's, you know, not like for Dark Ruler. So get Dweller. I can't use Pantheism in Grave, can't use Idea or, you know, the Graveyard effect. So this is super game over. There is nothing really I can do about this one. So again, game number 3 eventually. Post-Sighted going first. There are some cards, some techie cards. You will see it in a couple of moments, but I mean, I still have some, you know, there are still chances that Monarchs could take this one. So going first, this hand is, you know, good or bust. If there's one Ash, game over. Ash on Idea, game over. Well, game over. I can, you know, potentially Stormfort Aether during my opponent's turn, but I mean, it's But like, look at this. So I can Stormfort Aether again during my opponent's turn, plus Maxi. So let's see, tanky, for the normal summon here, I need to get rid of the normal summon, and look at this. So Aether during my opponent's turn, get rid of the normal summon, and I can go for Simorgh. So again, like, your opponent cannot set when Simorgh is on the field. And again, like, one of the few outs, Barrage wasn't out here again, but again, I would have had Maxi plus Veiler, right? Again, like, busted. Maybe Instant Fusion. Yeah, those were the two. Well, Instant Fusion, I mean, there's again Maxi or, you know, Veiler for those. At least I could capitalize on the potential Barrage or Northern, right? Or Instant Fusion. So the Simorgh actually takes this one. Yes. I should give Simorgh, you know, more credit actually. Like in real life builds as well. Like Simorgh is nuts. The fact that it can special summon itself off Ether. You know, blocking Labyrinth and stuff like that. Okay, game number 4. Again, this opening hand is kind of okay, especially going first, like Pantheism drawing a tribute, and hopefully there is no Ash. It is what it is, but again, Zoodiac going first, standard Zoodiac stuff. Was there again another Terror Top? I think so, yeah, we see an Invoker, so Northern again, standard plays, what is it, draw multiple, oh, and we see Anti-Spell as well. Yeah, Anti-Spell, must be nice. Against half of deck spells are being spells. So my only out against this hand you see here, like what is it with Strike, Cyclone, Anti-Spell is drawing Twisters, Twin Twisters. So we'll see. Emerald against standard, right? Like, you know, use Emerald on field, go for Northern, go for the second Emerald, send back Emerald, we know the combos by now, and potentially use the Broad Bull on field to go for Trident. And what is it? Draw 3-4 cards? Another red beer? Is there another rank 4 exceed play? I don't think so, no. Because there is no Barrage to pop Rem. And yeah, Thoroughblade cannot be used for an exceed summon this turn. So yeah, Trident. And said, I guess maybe you want to get rid of the red. Makes sense. But yeah, whatever. Like Anti-Spell and Solemn. Let's, you know, pack up and go into the important game number 5. So let's see. This hand, again, Lazuli. And this time I do get Ash, so it's again all or nothing. As in, you know, with the Brilliant Fusion, sending Idea. I think my only play here is to get back Pantheism, draw, and hope that I draw a Tribute, another Pantheism, hope that I draw Erebus. Okay, so we're still in this even after Ash. Yeah, again, Brilliant Fusion, guys. I hope it comes back to 3 because of this. So Erebus my opponents, and you know, with return with Stormfort in hand. So again, that's Stormfort Aether during my opponent's turn, and Erebus picking a card from my opponent's hand. So my opponent left had 4 cards. And again, very similar. I guess this Cyclone could make sense. Potentially hitting... what card did I Psychic? That... Escalation, maybe? No, not Escalation. There are cards that hit the face down. But there's another Cyclone set. And I guess you could Geki my field. But what could you do after that, right? So yeah, go for Pleiades. And this should be game. Yeah, this should be the game. Yeah, this should be game. More than enough to attack for game. So that's kind of nutty, no? Kind of nutty that even after an Ash, that first turn, again, Brilliant Fusion coming in super clutch, getting those extra beneficial draws. Draw 4, you know, getting that one of Tribute to the hand, that's nice. Really, really solid. If it was over Brilliant Fusion and maybe some well-timed Ashes, but again, on the other hand, like Zoodiac, you know, with Terror Top, etc. So, it was a good one, definitely a solid one. So next matchup, we have another good one. So again, feel free to leave your predictions. We have Clownblade, that's going to take on the Mice OTK, an old school deck. So which deck has this one? Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Leave them signing out. Peace.